The Pontiac Grand Prix. Power, precision, performance. Designed for those who crave the thrill of the road and the confidence of a machine built for tomorrow. Or fighting your ex in a custody battle because she swears you spent child support money on scratch-offs and cigarettes. Handles so smooth you can crack a cold one and still make it to court on time. Take on every curve, every back road, every restraining order with confidence. The Pontiac Grand Prix. For custody battles, DUI hearings, and starting over at your mom's trailer. Because sobriety is optional. But horsepower, buddy? Horsepower's forever. The new Pontiac Grand Prix. Drive it like you stole it.
You ever want to take a $6,000, a $5,000 investment on Facebook Marketplace, run it into the ground, go reinvest it for $600, get a $3,000 investment, and build your upper body strength at the same time? We're going to find out today. We're going to take a ride in my new purchase, the 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix. As we all know, the Pontiac Grand Prix 2007 was the best vehicle in America before someone else got into office. His name rhymes with that guy. His name rhymes with the guy that did the thing with the towers, okay? It was that president. And he, of course, cut Pontiac out of production line in 2008, 2009, something like that, because they were too badass. They were too cool, and they were too dependable. All Pontiac 2007 Grand Prix off Marketplace come with a 60 days sober NA chip. Just so that way, that's the first thing that the officer finds or they pull you over. All 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix have been smoked in. There is no non-smoking Pontiac Grand Prix left. My grandmother was actually a quarter Pontiac Grand Prix princess. And she said to me once, you know, she told me this ancient Native American tale. She said, fuck sipping, I'm gonna take the whole bottle, wake up the next week in the Monte Carlo with an old woman, tell me she's from Colorado, she'll be gone by tomorrow. All this jealousy and agony. Who am I kidding? All girls are the same. You ever seen a white boy drive a Pontiac Grand Prix with no power steering pump? Here we go.
Top of breaking news, a frightening situation for 3 children allegedly kidnapped when a carjacker stole their vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Look at this, would you? There we go. Almost. Yep. Nice. Hit maneuver. Look at that.
Look at that.
That was just...
out of the vehicle, now running for it. There comes another passenger out of the back seat. These kids are struggling, and look at this. He's getting back in the vehicle. Another one back in the vehicle.
As we step in, you notice this thing is equipped with no less than 10 fucking AC vents, and that was a big thing at the time. People were worried about global warming. They were worried about the earth melting and the inside, the interiors of all these cars melting, so they put as many AC vents as they could. It also comes with, it comes with scrap copper. Every Pontiac Grand Prix comes with scrap copper. It's part of the, whenever you go to the dealership, you better look for this in your glove box, you know? And if not, you got gypped, okay? So let's start her up. Oh wait, it's already started, okay. We're gonna try the left. Let's try the left, okay. Watch this. Okay, and so as this began to happen, I started to question my life decisions. I started to question what led me to where I had to fight every morning to get out and get to work, you know? When you have to deal with problems like this, it puts you in a mindset to where you need to go to work and make your paycheck, okay? Yeah. It puts you in the mindset that you need. But like many things, what once was a problem, I actually began to enjoy. I began to fondly like the upper body workout and routine that it takes to drive this perfect piece of automobile machinery from GM. The perfect automobile masterclass S-tier vehicle that this will get you, okay? What I took is I went to Marketplace. No, I didn't even go to Marketplace, Jackson. I went to I went to a person in Hispanic origin tire shop. And at that tire shop, I had a $5,000 Nissan Frontier. And I eyeballed it. You'd eyeball a naked woman, okay? I did everything I could. I was like, this is a good deal. I can save $1,500 on this truck, and I can use this truck to work. That's what I thought, right? Wrong, white boy, wrong. Wrong motherfucking idea, okay? It sat there for months and months on end while I tried to play mechanic and put every bit of energy and sweat and drugs and love into getting that truck fixed. Couldn't get it. I had to release it back into the wild. from whence it came. Sorry, I'm out of breath from the smoking in the power steering pump. You know, I got recharged on the power steering pump. But what this does to you is over time you develop forearms. You can fight anyone. You can fight any local bartender in any small town in Oklahoma, okay? You can get tattoos in your kitchen. You can get tattoos of Adderall 30s in your kitchen, and that's all you can focus on is the tattoo of the Adderall 30 that you got in your kitchen when you got your Pontiac Grand Prix, okay? There's lots of great cars still left in this economy. Now, I don't know if you know about, but the president whose name rhymed with the guy that did the thing to the towers, the president that, you know, the first half-white president, he went and he had a program called Cars, or was it Cash for Clunkers? And what Cash for Clunkers was is that they were worried about the effects that older vehicles that had bad fuel mileage and bad ecological things, they were worried about the effects of them on the economy. So what they did is they'd pay you to take a beautiful, wonderful, pristine vehicle like this 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix, and they would pay you $2 to $3 grand to get destroyed when you got a more newer ecological vehicle. And so that's why a lot of these aren't on the market. A lot of vehicles from that time period aren't on the fucking market. These Obama, I'm gonna say his name, there he is. Obama went and tried to stop this awesome piece of machinery from being out on the road. And that's bad practice. What you have to understand, oh, fuck, I'm trying to get to a point here. Hold on, give me a second. Good thing the brakes on this are awesome. Good thing the brakes are so good and awesome. Good thing the brakes are awesome. Good thing he did a really good job on the brakes. You know, we all need a brake sometimes. But when you're 22 years old, 23 years old, and you have this lump sum of money from your first job, from whatever, oh, of course, you need to put your seatbelt on, obviously. Whenever you go, oh, God. Wait, let's see if we can grip it. Let's see if we can grip it. No. I think I'm thirsty. I think I need a juice box. I think I need a juice box is what I need. There's alternatives to doing this. There's other choices that I could have made, but I didn't make them. At the end of the day, at least I own this fucking piece of shit. Let's talk about a way that you can get away with owning something, but not really. Let's talk about a loophole that you can use, that you at home can use if you live in the regional area that CarMart operates in to get to your advantage, okay? CarMart or any smaller franchise dealership. Let's have a talk about that outside the vehicle. So, if you want to get out of the financial institution of like leasing a car from one of these fucked up dealerships like CarMart or any chain that you might have in your area, I have a friend that taught me something, and I don't know the legality of this. I know that you can go to small claims court and a lien will be put on the vehicle. Here's what you can do. So the year is 2022. I have a friend that's really in desperate need of a car. CarMart is running a program where for $200 down, $200 down, $200 down, you can walk out with a vehicle. How much the payments are going to be on is up to them, up to their discretion, up to the evil, dark hearts that work at CarMart. What he picked was a 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis that had about 160,000 miles on it. In 2022, when that car was out, that was worth about $3-4 grand. Now, when I ask you for a $200 down payment on how much it was overall, your mind can only wonder and sit there and fester with thoughts of what it could possibly have been. Well, did they want 7? No, they didn't want 7. Did they want 10? No, they didn't want 10. They want $15,000 for a $3,000 car. Okay? That is the equivalent of taking catnip and selling it as weed. That is the equivalent of taking baking soda and selling it as Coke, except for they have you by the balls. Those are the actual criminals right across the street right there. It's not even the dealers, not even. Those are the actual criminals, okay? So what my friend did is he kept making payments on it. They're like, yeah, $200 down, and then $250 a week for 2 years, and then it goes down to $180 a week for fucking 3 years or so, until they take your kids, and an arm and a leg and whatever other appendage they can get off of you. So here's what he did. He took the car. We live in Oklahoma. CarMart is a regional chain. The furthest north it goes is Kansas, right? So in order for them to repo your car, they have to hire a repo man in the area. If you go outside of that area, they have to hire what's called a skip tracer, right?
Sounds fucking cyberpunk. It sounds like Looper.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Skip Tracer. The story of getting a 2007 $3,000 car back. How much it costs to hire a Skip Tracer? Obviously, it's probably more than $3,000. So what he did, and this isn't a joke, is he had 2 siblings that were trans activists here in Oklahoma, and they moved to Washington they moved to Washington. So he takes his car, and these ones will drive up there. A Grand Marquis or a Crown Vic or Lincoln Town car will, with regular maintenance, make it across the country there and back. He drove all the way to Washington, to Tacoma, to Puget Sound, took the tracker out, threw the tracker in the ocean. They call him 2 weeks later. They're like, okay, hello, Mr. Panel. We saw that you moved to the ocean, that you moved to the Pacific Ocean. When do you think you can make a payment? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm homeless and I'm living in it. Can you give me a minute? And they're like, okay, we'll call you back. And they'll never call him back. It went to collections. It got filed off as bad debt. Because he made payments on it and he took it to a different state, it was more than it was the cost of them hiring Joseph Gordon-Levitt to go bring it back. So, in all actuality, his name's on the title, his name's on the insurance, his name's on the tag. He gets to keep the car. He got them. He paid $2,500 for it, and he gets to keep the car. And he's gonna keep it until it stops running, until there's 300,000 miles on it, or he inevitably wrecks it or hurts someone seriously with that kind of behavior. Is it stealing? I don't know. You tell me. I think that maybe trying to get $15,000 out of a poor person for a $3,000 car is more stealing than saying, oh, okay, I'll pay you back, and then driving it far enough they can't do anything about it and then coming back. Now, when someone says that this car is gonna get you from point A to point B, they never really tell you where the point A and where the point B is. Is the point A a trailer with no electricity and a guy named Scooter who you're vaguely related to or vaguely may not be related to, listening to Pantera all night, trying to figure out if there's cameras inside the outlets, if there's cameras inside the light bulbs, if there's cameras inside the mirror, if there's cameras inside our hearts? Is point B work? Is point B your job that you pretend to have? Is point B your DoorDash order? Is point B a child custody hearing? Is point B a child custody hearing with Sarah, who won't stop garnishing my checks, who won't stop taking the $80 and draining the blood out of me on every check that I've been through for a kid that I get to see 49% of the time. 49%, 51% custody is a real thing. I pay child support to myself, okay? I get a letter in the mail every month where this money they take, they garnish my check and they send it back to me at the end of the month. Do you know how fucked up that is? Do you know how it's like a savings account that I didn't ask for, okay? It's like a 401k. It's the best 401k in the world. Thank you, Oklahoma. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you could do to put me in this fucking world. In this world, okay? Is point B the liquor store? Is point B where I can drown my sorrows out every night? Is point B church? I guess what we all need really is a little bit more church in our lives. Maybe we need to be the generation that starts taking. Oh, fuck, I fucking got nothing. I'm trying to think of something. Okay.